All right, what we're going to do today, everybody, is kind of keep going with what we did in the last assignment and video. And again, it all comes down to remembering about your 30, 60, and 45. It all comes down to that. What fraction always goes across from a 30-degree angle? So if you see 30 degrees, you should be putting 1/2, right? You see 60 degrees, you're thinking radical 3/2. And 45 degrees is radical 2/2. So that's really what you want to have memorized in order to get this topic down. So what we're going to do is hopefully either you printed this out or you copied the answers into your notebook so you could follow along. And we're going to work through this, and then you're going to have a homework assignment just like it. It says find the value of sine 7 pi over 6. So let's start off with the fact we have 7 pi over 6, and we got to convert that into degrees first. So I'm going to multiply it by 180 over pi. Those cancel. So now I'm going to do 7 over 6 times 180. So if you put that in your calculator, you should be getting 210 degrees. So this question's really asking, what is sine of 210? So what I'm going to do now is graph 210. So I'm going to not draw the unit circle this time. I'm just going to try to keep it a little cleaner. 210, so this is 0, 90, 180, this is 270. So 210 is going to pull me to about there, right? So here to here is 210. So just like we did last time, we're going to draw our triangle. The right angle always goes against the x-axis. So now I need to know what my reference angle is. How big is this little guy? Well, this is 180, and that's 210. So 210 minus 180 means the angle is going to be 30. So this is 30. So across from that has to be a half. Okay, that's 30 means this is 60, which means over here is going to be radical 3/2. Now they want us to do sine. Sine will always equal the y value. Y value is the vertical number, so it's this guy. Now you just have to decide if it's positive 1/2 or negative 1/2. And there's two ways of doing it. You could say you're going down, so down would be negative, right? So that's B. Or you can do AST. T, that's the tangent quadrant, right? And we're doing sine, so that's the other reason why it's negative. All right, find the value of tangent negative 135. So what we're going to do first is graph it. Okay, so this is 0, negative 90, negative 180. So negative 135 is going to pull me to about there. Okay. So now we're going to draw my triangle. And again, the right angle always hits the x-axis. So again, this is 180, this is 135. So 180 minus 135 is 45 degrees. So that makes this 45. And that automatically means this is 45. And we label them radical 2/2, radical 2/2. Now, before we did sine, sine equals y, but tangent is equal to y over x. It's sine over cosine. Okay? So the sine, right, or the y, is this guy, which would be radical 2/2. And the x is radical 2/2, right? And anytime the numerator and the denominator are the same, it's the number 1. Now we have to decide if it's positive 1 or negative 1. Well, if I do A, S, T, we're in the T quadrant, so it's positive 1. Okay, next one. Negative 210. So the first step is to draw it. 0, negative 90, negative 180. So that means negative 210 is going to put me there, from here to here. Draw a triangle. See how it's like the same work over and over again? Need to figure out what that angle is. So 210 minus 180 is 30. So that makes this angle 30. So across from 30 is a half. That means that 60 across from 60 is a radical 3 over 2. I want sine. Again, sine is the y value, which would be this guy. So is that going to be positive a half or negative a half? Well, it's up, so that means positive. So that'd be C. Or you could do it with AS. It's the S quadrant. All right, let's take a look at the next one. What is the numerical value of this guy? All right, so first off, we have pi over 4. We have to convert that. So maybe 180 over pi. This cancels. So I get 180 over 4, which is 45 degrees. So that means I have to do tan 45 degrees. And now we have pi over 3. So we're going to convert that. This makes 180 over 3, which is 60 degrees. So that's cos 60. All right, so now I have to do tan 45 times cos 60. So I'm going to do that on another piece of paper. So first, let's do tan 45 degrees. So 45, that's 0 and that's 90. 45 means I'm going up 45. Draw my triangle. Well, if that's 45, means that's 45. So we've got radical 2 over 2, radical 2 over 2. Now, we did tangent a minute ago. Tangent is y over x. So this is y, which would be radical 2 over 2, all over the x. And just like we did a minute ago, when the numerator and the denominator are the same, what's the answer? 1. Now, we have to decide, is it positive 1 or negative 1? Well, we're in the A quadrant. That means all things are positive, so we have a positive 1. So if I come here now, this is 1. Now I got to do cos 60. All right, cos 60. So that means I have to graph a 60-degree angle. Well, this is 0, this is 90, so 60 would be there. Draw my triangle. That's 60 means that's 30. Across from 30 is a half. Across from 60 is radical 3 over 2. Now, cosine is x. Which fraction is on the x-axis? That would be a half. And because we're in the all quadrant, it's positive a half. So that means I'm going to put a half there. So what's 1 times a half? That answer is a half. All right, now, number 5. First step, convert your radians into degrees. So I want you guys to do that. So pause me and see if you can get that converted. Okay, I hope you pause me. What we're going to do first is do pi over 3 times 180 over pi. Pi's cancel. So I end up with 180 over 3, so it's 60 degrees. So the first part becomes 1 of sine 60. Then we're going to times it by pi. Well, pi over 1 times 180 over pi. Pi's cancel. That's just 180. So we have to do sine 60 times cos 180. So let's do that. Okay, so let's do sine 60 first. This is 0, this is 90. So 60 is about here. I'm going to draw my triangle. And this is 30. Across from 30 is a half. Across from 60 is radical 3 over 2. So sine. Sine is which value, x or y? I hope you're thinking sine is y. So what would the y value be? It would be that guy. Now, is it going to be positive or negative? Well, it's in the A quadrant. All are positive. So that means this guy is going to be positive radical 3 over 2. Now, 180 is special, right? 0, 90, 180. 180 is right here, right on the line. That means, you guys, they want us to use the unit circle point. Right here would be 1, 0, 0, 1. Right here would be negative 1, 0. That means they want us to use this. And they want us to do cosine. Cosine is the x value, so the x value here is negative 1. So what's radical 3 over 2 times negative 1? And I hope you're saying, hey, that's choice A. Okay, next page. All right, so what I'm going to do is we'll do number 6 together, and then I'm going to ask you to pause me so you can try the last 2 without me. So just like last time, we have to convert the same 2 things. Now check it out. It's the same 2 ones we just did. Pi over 3 came out to be 10. That'll be 60. And what did pi come out to be? That was 180. All right. So let's do tan 60 first. This is 0. This is 90. 60 is going to pull me here. That's 30. That means this is a half, and this is a radical 3 over 2. All right, tangent. Tangent's equal to y over x. So the y is radical 3 over 2. The x is 1/2. Now, these are not the same, so it doesn't turn out to be the number 1. What we're going to do here is we're going to do key, change, flip him over. The 2's cancel, and we get radical 3. Now, would it be positive radical 3 or negative radical 3? We're in the A quadrant, which means all are positive. So that means this guy is going to be positive radical 3. Plus, all right, cos of 80. Remember before? 180. 180 is right here. That makes it a unit circle point, right? So this is 1, 0, 0, 1. This would be negative 1, 0. Cosine is the x value. So that's going to be negative 1. So that means we have radical 3 plus negative 1, which would give us choice C. All right, now what I'd like you to do is pause this and try to do 7 and 8 without me and see if you can get it. So pause now. Okay, so at this point, I hope you guys paused the video and you tried. We have pi over 3, which you should be tired of. We're going to convert that into degrees. And we get 60 degrees. So this becomes, I'll put it here, cos 60 minus, and we're going to do 3 pi over 2 times 180 over pi. These cancel. So I get 3 over 2 times 180, which is going to be 270 minus sine 270. So this is the question you guys should have worked on. All right, first off, let's do cos 60. This is 0, this is 90. All right, 60 pulls me here. Draw my triangle. Across from 30 is a half. Across from 60 is radical 3 over 2. All right, now I want cosine. Cosine is always x. And we're in the A quadrant again, which means this will be positive a half. Minus 270. Now I'm going to hop back up to this picture, right? 270, this is 0. 90, this is 180. That means right here is 270. What point is that? Right? On the unit circle, this is the point 0, negative 1. We want sine. Sine is the second number, the y. So that makes that negative 1. So what's a half minus minus 1 make? Well, that becomes a half plus 1, which is 1 and 1/2. So that should have been A. Okay. Now, if you realize you messed that up and you think you did this one wrong, pause me again and give it a try. If not, we're going to keep going. But if you messed it up or if you didn't do it yet, you should pause me. All right, here we go. cos pi. All right, so that means I'm going to do pi over 1 times 180 over pi. That cancels. It makes 180 degrees. So this is going to be cos 180 times sine 180. So it's the same point both times. And guys, 180, once again, is right here. That's a unit circle point. Right? So if you did all the points on the unit circle, this is 1, 0. 0, 1. This guy here is negative 1, 0. So we want to use that. Cosine. It goes alphabetical order. Cosine, sine. Cosine is the x. Cosine is negative 1. Sine is the y, which is 0. And what's negative 1 times 0 going to mean? So that answer would be 0. All right, so I have 8 of these for you guys to try for homework tonight. We'll see how it goes.